You have caught up with the old iron who often eats transformers. Did you know that the bus is here? How do you make a transformer of 2,000 rupees each? Let's walk into this factory. Today, let's see how they rub the transformer by hand. There is no doubt about the scale. This factory is a real leader in the local area. There are many equipment in the factory building of tens of thousands of square meters. The production line is even more important. Each chain record required to cover the transformer. The housing acts as a transformer first, a major component of its punch. Workers are now using machines to assemble panels. Oval holes are punched out one by one, and these holes are where the compress is next installed. Heat sink used. At the same time, next to the many machines here, workers are abandoning their jobs. Some other assembly accessories required to make a fit. Wait until all accessories are ready. The workers will install them one by one. The bottom plate of the heat dissipation pipe is welded, and then the workmen carry the fit into the room. Perform a sandblasting rust removal treatment. This process takes about a year, and this time, workers are on the rust-removed shell. Spray insulation, rust inhibitor. The method can be described as simple, crude, and efficient. External delivery. Internally, it is operated with a spray gun instead. About here, the main work of the integration is almost completed. Close behind, it is the manufacture of some accessories inside the transformer. Installed. This machine is cutting silicon steel sheets as the main material for transformer cores. In addition to the shape requirements of the iron core, the layout is also very particular, and the workers here, it is to make low voltage windings. The two workers cooperate with each other. Professional and serious work. Strive to handle every detail properly. After the insulating material is tightly wrapped around, mortgage winding is done. I'm looking at this worker over here. He is mainly responsible for the production of high voltage windings. The operation of the workers is still professional and skilled. Copper wire is wrapped layer by layer with insulating paper. Compared to low voltage windings, high voltage windings are much more cumbersome, but in less than a year, workers can make one, and then is to be high. The low voltage windings go into this tank for soaking the burnt and oily liquid in the pool. It's insulating fluid. To make it better, adhere to the windings. Close behind, it also needs to be put in the heating room for some baking. At this moment, workers are assembling windings and cores. Low voltage winding included, high voltage winding outside. After the 3 sets of windings are installed in place, next is the installation of the upper silicon steel sheet. This process is time-consuming. Hundreds of layers of silicon steel sheet. Workers need to intersperse them one by one manually. Wait until the interpolation is over. For uniformity, workers also need to use 2 horizontal plates to clamp. Make corrections one by one. The windings are assembled. The silicon steel sheet is also fixed in place. Start wiring at this point. I saw that the workers first connected the wiring in sequence, fixed, then connect it to the lower winding. To ensure that it is close enough, it is best to use welding for the winding. Do some reinforcement, and finally, some insulation wrapping. So far, transformer. The assembly of internal components has been mostly completed. Here we go. The top cover part of the transformer can be installed. The top cover is connected. We put it in the shell with a crane. Finally, it is injected into the transformer through this hole. And so the transformer is done. You feel bad. How's the quality of this transformer made of iron? If it crashes in the face, isn't it light with chopsticks? That was the scene. For this 70-year-old boy, no wonder. As one of the leading enterprises in 70-year-old man with 30-year-old son, he runs this cat factory. Although the equipment is simple, not many people, but for making boat hair. Together they have nearly 100 years of experience, according to customer needs. Today they are going to make a caddy of heavy boat hair, the steel beam that the workers are cutting at this time. That's what they use to make gross coins. Flush at one end. One end has this oblique angle. For the next shaping process of the gross coin, manual can't handle it. Workers at this time just operate with the help of this hydraulic press. This curved gasket, placed, it mainly serves as a reference. Because the quality just now is different, this will bend. There is no danger of the previous collapse. Although so, but look at the operation of the workers. It seems to be very cautious. Bend about twice. The basic form of the hairy arm is available. Then came the worker. Weld the horizontal plate at this position of the hairy arm. The effect, I guess, is to have a reinforcing effect. Horizontal plate welding completed. Close behind, it also needs to be at the Maugean location, on such a triangular steel plate, in order to increase the firmness of the later boat hair grip. And on the other side, the worker is making the boat, another major component of Harry. It is also the role of the hair shaft, which is equivalent to the beam of the house. The materials must be in place, 10 centimeters thick diameter. Hardness must be nothing to say. The worker now lifts the spray gun at this end of the hair shaft. Make a simple opening. After it needs to be heated on the stove. Here, roughly to the point of burning the mouth, you can take it out. Also, with the help of a hydraulic press, two workers cooperate with each other. The buckle installation hole on the hair shaft is successful. Parentheses. Next is the welding of the hairy arm and the hairy stem. It takes about 5 hairy arms to fix one hairy boat. The master first finds the angle position. Simple spot welding. First determine the approximate framework structure. Close behind. This is done with electric welding. A detailed welding. Fixed at this time. The worker is ready to intercept. Take a 120 cm steel cylinder. Under the baking of the spray gun, at 2,000 or 3,000 degrees, it takes minutes to cut a section. As for the function of these steel cylinders, just as the worker does. Next, it is on the hairy arm that the hairy stem is welded into contact. Does it work? Naturally, it is a reinforcement effect. The worker squeezes the hammer down. The two are perfect to escape. And to ensure firmness, the worker then inserts steel bars into the gap, and then we weld it along the surface. Perform a full soldering process. These waves operate. There is no doubt about the firmness of the connection between the hairy arm and the hairy stem. However, the workers did not meet this standard. I saw this 50-year-old guy. Then he took a cut disc, shine on the bottom of the fur, do another reinforcement treatment. At this point, the boat is completed. Just the last step to install the encounter. Encounter is made of steel bars of this specification. It's about 4 or 5 centimeters thick. A heat treatment is also required before installation. After that, it was still 2 workers who cooperated. Installation, welding, and reinforcement in one go. Kill a heavy hole, and you're done.